Hey folks, Sean C. Davis here, and I wanted to give you an update to my personal agent system. I kind of took a step back and rethought the whole thing and re-architected it. And I haven't built the app from scratch, but I've taken a different approach with the actual agent mechanism because I want more folks to be able to use this. And I wanted to see, just sort of as a test, could this run on serverless infrastructure? And what I am going to show you today is a resounding yes. And it's early, it's a little rough, but this is my second update of this application. And it feels like it's the beginning of a new direction. And it's what I'm going to continue to build on and really try to hone in. And now that I have this, whereas I felt like before, if I wanted to iterate on an agent, I had to go into the actual code of the whole monorepo of the whole application and make changes and build a new agent. Now, if I need something added to the system, then I go to the code. If I just need to add or edit an agent, then I work with each agent individually. And let me show you what I mean. All right, so eventually all of this will be worked into the application itself. But today I have this project, which is a starting point for an agent, and we can just right away deploy this thing to Netlify. So I'm going to connect my GitHub account, and we need to give it a name. So we'll say SCD demo for now. And now I need to give this some sort of secret, but I'm just going to call it test because I'm going to blow this thing away when we're done. So I click save and deploy. And what's going to happen is it's going to take, this is what Netlify does when we clone from a template. So we take the existing public GitHub template and it's going to clone it to a repository in my account. So if we look over here, I now have selfctl SCD demo, and I can come over to this project and I can rename it to be the same thing here. So we have some parity. Was selfctl SCD demo. Sure. So we'll save that. And then we see that our environment variable is already created. So that agent admin key is stored here, and we're going to need that in a minute. Okay, now this is live. So I'm going to open it up. And this part I'm definitely going to refine. But for now, we unlock it by putting that key in there. And what it's going to do then is create this unique code that we can give to our agent. So I'm going to copy this code, and then I'm going to go open the desktop application. Okay, now over here, I can go into configuration. I can hit add agent, and we'll just call this Mr. Demo for now. And then I need the URL. So let's slide back over here and capture the URL. Paste that. And for now, we're just going to do the way that we communicate, because this is serverless, is through HTTP polling. One of my next steps is going to be to set up a WebSocket communication so that we can just have that connection open. And now here, I'm going to use that token that I had just copied, and we'll add the agent. All right, and look, we're connected right away. So let's open up Mr. Demo here. And I'm zoomed in here, so I got some goofy UI stuff going on. We notice that the model here is Claude Haiku, and that's something that I had chosen down here. And I can just say, hi, how's it going? And I need some UI polish here, but things are happening, and we should see that pop up as soon as we get a response here. We'll get the response, and then we'll get the input as well. And here we go. Okay, so we got, hi, how's it going? And then we say, we have a response, right? It's going well. Thanks for asking. We get the input and output tokens, and we get the number of steps here as well. So they can't do a lot beyond this basic chat right now, but my intention here is that I really just wanted to get the infrastructure set up. And now that that is set up, on one side, I'm going to work on wiring up the socket so that we can have just better communication and feedback through the UI. But on the other side of it, I'm going to provide a way for the user to be able to manage updating the agent. So the agent can add its own features, can add its own UI components, can add its own reporting through its app. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that I really want to do with this, and then kind of pull it all together so that this desktop application is more of the hub, but so that these agents can work independently. And the way that this really works is by adhering to a strict protocol. So this app basically respects the protocol and is designed to connect to agents via this protocol. And then on the other side of it, you have these agents, which they're really just applications. They're simple applications, but they're built on top of a framework that I have provided as part of this process. And that framework also adheres to that protocol. So we have this system that just works well together. And I need to get all of that documented. I need to create some public assets so that other folks can use that as well. But this was a huge first step. I'm super excited that this exists. And now what I'm going to start doing as I add those features in, I'll start moving some of the agents from the old system into this new system, have them fully serverless or as much as possible, and then just start customizing and building and working with these agents from there. So much, much more to come. Subscribe if you want to stay super close to the action. And in just a few short weeks, you'll be able to get your hands on this thing. I'm Sean C. Davis. See you next time.